Hello and welcome. We are here to speak with you today about SDSU's cultural centers. We're part of the Division of Diversity and Innovation, and we're excited to introduce you to our Black Resource Center, Center for Intercultural Relations, Latinx Resource Center, Native Resource Center, Pride Center, and Women's Resource Center. On the next slide, we'll give you a little bit of information about the Division of Diversity and Innovation. So we serve students, faculty, and staff at San Diego State. You'll hear more about our specific cultural centers next, but we also have a number of initiatives that are available to folks on campus, including our employee resource groups, which connect community members around shared identities and experiences. We have professors of equity that train faculty on inclusive pedagogy and teaching practices. We have a Hispanic serving institution task force that talks about how we can leverage our Latinx population on campus and best to serve those members. We support interfaith affairs, and we also have a tribal liaison. And so we're going to transition to talk about our individual centers, and first up is the Center for Intercultural Relations.
All right, hi y'all. My name is Jessica Chang. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm the Assistant Director at the Center for Intercultural Relations. The Center for Intercultural Relations is essentially the multicultural center at SDSU. We are 17 years old this year, and really an awesome space created by student activists, and still have student activists that are with us today. We have an alumni base that we hold near and dear, and everyone in a part of the CIR really works towards identity development, representation of marginalized communities, intersectionality, cultural humility and proficiency, and we're really a family. Our services and what our space looks like is we have a variety of rooms for hangout and study. We have a mind, body, and spirit room. We have a living room. We have some resources like a fridge and a microwave. A gender neutral bathroom is right outside. We also have a library, and then I'm going to be talking about some of the programming and social justice events that we have throughout the year, and we'd love to have you to get involved. Our space is really a safe and brave space for making new friends and having study groups, and also hosting cultural organization meetings and general body meetings there. So our team really looks like we have volunteers, we have diversity peer educators, which are opportunities to get involved, and then we have graduate assistants. And then to go into a little bit of what our team does is we have a variety of programs. So we have the Diversity Awareness Certificate, we have high school conferences out of the CIR, one SDSU involvement, programs, passion programs from the Diversity Peer Educator students, and then Diversity Career Conference as our signature programs. The Diversity Awareness Certificate and One SDSU go hand in hand. They're a one-year program where you can explore in a variety of different identities through bringing in large-scale programming, speakers, panels, to hear about different identities, and work towards cultural proficiency if that's something that you're interested in. We graduated about 80 students last year. We also have our high school conferences, which is about 12 to 13 different cultural organizations, such as Hispanic Business Student Association, Native American Student Alliance, Vietnamese Student Association, Muslim Student Association, African Student Union, and many more, that each of these cultural organizations host their own high school conferences and invite high school students onto campus to understand what access and higher education looks like as part of our outreach and equity efforts. And then I'm going to elaborate a little bit on the programs in the next slide. The last signature program is our Diversity Career Conference, where we really want to center the experiences of historically underrepresented students and first-generation students in empowered career decision making. So for example, one of the workshops that we've had in the past in collaboration with the Pride Center is Queering Your Career. We've also had reframing networking to relationship building. And so those are some of the programs that are signatures. And then here's our last page. If you're further interested, please visit our social media, our website, Facebook. You can also email us at interculturalrelations@sdsu.edu if you have any more questions. But we really enjoy collaborating with multiple identity centers, as you'll be able to see as well, to host these programs. As you can see, we have like Islam Awareness Week, Anti-Blackness in the Latinx community, healing circles, women of color empowerment circles. So that's just a little bit more about the Center for Intercultural Relations. And I'd like to pass it along to the Pride Center now.
Hey everybody, my name is Wesley Palau. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, and I'm the coordinator of the Pride Center, and I'll be guiding you through this portion of the presentation. Let's go ahead to the next slide, please. Thank you. So the Pride House, the Pride Center opened in 2014. We are the hub for LGBTQIA+ students and resources at San Diego State University, and we offer a myriad of both programs and professional development opportunities for students. If you look on the right hand of the screen, you'll see our Pride Center staff. We are made up of 2 professional staff, an assistant director, a coordinator. We have graduate assistants, undergraduate students, and then also Pride House mentors who are then paired with mentees and help them through pairing in a classroom setting in order to allow them to have mentorship opportunities throughout their first year of classes. At the Pride Center, we hope to support, educate, advocate, and lead for our students, our staff, and our campus community. We provide training such as the Safe Zones training. We do 2 trainings a semester on anything of LGBTQIA+ education, both an introductory session and then a 3-hour interactive session. If we go on to the next slide, we'll have some examples of our programs. Some of our yearly programs include Drag Extravaganza, which is a large kickoff event in the fall, where students have the opportunity to come to Montezuma Hall and not only see and interact with drag festivities and drag queens and drag kings, but also we have a line of student performers from SDSU and from other campus communities that come together in order to put this just big event together. We also have other events such as a National Coming Out Day panel, Trans Week of Empowerment, and the QTPOC Retreat, which stands for Queer and/or Trans People of Color. And we also collaborate with San Diego Pride to put on Pride festivities such as the Rainbow Flag Racing on campus that happens in July, and then the Pride contingent that happens at the end of that week as well. The Pride Center also hosts several peer-to-peer support groups, such as Black Space for those that identify within the intersections of the Black diaspora and the queer community. We have TNGNC for trans and gender nonconforming individuals. We have Queer and Questioning for those that are either questioning their gender orientation or their sexual and or romantic orientation, gender identity and or romantic orientation. And then we also have a healing space for queer and or trans people of color, and Crafternoon, coffee hours, and several talk it out sessions that allow students to come into the Pride Center and talk with a counselor from Cal Poly in a very both informal yet also private setting if that's what the student needs. So thank you very much, and if you'd like to learn more about the Pride Center, see us at the end of the presentation.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bonnie Reddick, and I'm the director of the Black Resource Center. The Black Resource Center recently celebrated our 2nd year anniversary. We are a space that is open to Black students, faculty, and staff. So it's a space that we develop programming that helps Black students acclimate themselves to the campus and promote academic success with study sessions, writing support, and math support. And we have signature programs such as Wellness Wednesdays and Talk It Out Tuesdays that we partner with the Counseling and Psychological Services, and Paint Talks where students can converse and paint on canvases. Next slide, please. As I said, I'm Dr. Reddick. I will talk about Dr. Green a little more in a moment. She is the Charles Bell Scholar of our Henrietta Goodwin Scholars Program, and Aaliyah Chambers is the BRC coordinator. So we are the leadership team for the BRC. Next slide, please. Again, our mission is to provide a safe space for students, and as you can see from the pictures on this slide, we have a number of programs that students are very involved in, promoting academic excellence and success at San Diego State. Next, yeah. Two of our signature programs, one is our Sister to Sister Lunch, and the Brother to Brother Lunch, where we invite Black students, faculty, and staff to fellowship and have lunch together. We have educational programming, and it's a networking opportunity. It's a very successful program. And then I just want to talk a little bit about the Henrietta Goodwin Scholars Program, which is a program that we support Black freshman students. They take a seminar course, which is facilitated by Dr. Green, and which I support. And they also are enrolled in a 3-unit Africana Studies class. In the fall, it will be Africana Studies 260, which is a literature class. So the BRC is here for students, so please come and see us when you're on campus.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lori. I'm the interim coordinator of the Women's Resource Center on campus. We opened in 2015, and we're a feminist hub serving not only women, but all gender-based people who experience gender-based oppression on campus. We have basically 4 areas that we work on. We have our Feminist U educational programming events. We have the Brave Project, which is our sexual violence training that's offered to all students, faculty, and staff at San Diego State. We also have healing spaces on campus. So a couple that I'll talk you through in a minute, and then a lot of student involvement opportunities. So we have both semester and year-long opportunities for students to get involved at the Women's Resource Center. We have volunteers, we have fellows who can receive course credit for interning at the Women's Resource Center. We have feminist peer educators, which are our staff undergraduate students. We have wage mentors who help mentor students through the Women and Gender Equity program for first-year students. And we have graduate assistants to help assist us running the space. And on the next slide, we have a lot of information about our programming. So our Feminist U educational programming is really tailored to the passions and interests of the students that we have working in the space. So they range from year to year, but some of the ones that we've highlighted here are queer feminist issues, Black feminisms, power, which is personal sexual politics, trauma-informed yoga. There's always something really exciting going on. As I mentioned, we also have healing spaces. So we have RISE, which is a support group for survivors of sexual violence that meets in our space and is facilitated by a psychologist from Counseling and Psychological Services. And we have Let's Be Honest, which is a support group for queer women and non-binary people. And then we also have a little map so you can find where to find us on campus. And we look forward to seeing you soon.
How's it going? My name is Chris Mevine. I'm the Assistant Director for the Native Resource Center, the NRC for short. We are one of the newest identity centers, cultural-based centers here on campus, just being established this last fall. We just moved into our center space earlier this spring, and so you know, we're still kind of getting up and running, but we've been providing programming for students who identify as Native American or Indigenous for several years. And so everything's kind of accumulating now under the Native Resource Center so that students feel comfortable and have a space on campus to honor their culture and their heritage. And so, you know, we recognize that we are on Kumeyaay land as well. And so we are integrating a lot of Kumeyaay language and ideology into the center as we move forward. So some of the services and resources that we have a work in progress picture that we showed. We hope that, you know, in the near future, we'll have our grand opening event that you are more than welcome to attend. We have a hangout study space. We do have a full refrigerator and microwave for students who need to store their food and eat. We also have a growing Indigenous book library. We do have educational programming through various events, some of which will be on the next slide. We do have some social justice centered events. And then we also have a yearly powwow that has been one of the longest powwows in the CSU system and in California at the 48th year this year. We kind of round out the student experience with a community graduation ceremony as well, where we honor a lot of our students in an off-campus venue. And so it's just some way to celebrate our students at the end of their journey. We also have a retention program, Ilma Shuchap, it's Kumeyaay for the Youth Think. We provide a mentoring program. It's a mentoring program where we provide additional academic support, research opportunities, internships. You know, we try to get students connected to whatever it is that they're interested in. And then also we just try to help them, students feel a sense of community on such a large campus. Some of our events that we've had and are growing, we help with Native American Heritage Month, which is a series of events ran in November, just really focusing and honoring Native cultures. We have our annual powwow. We also have some study hours and spaces where we help students, you know, get together and, you know, hold each other accountable for that. Make sure that we, you know, get those good grades. And then we also have some space where students can talk about whatever's on their mind through our Indigenous talking circles. We also do some larger events as well, open to like all campus community, like the Superman event, who's a hip hop artist, came out and just helped us, you know, celebrate Native culture in November. We hope that you, you know, get a chance to come and visit us in the Arts and Letters building. So we included a map, and feel free to follow us on social media as well. Both our Instagram and Facebook are there. So thank you.
Greetings, everybody. Bienvenidos. Welcome. My name is Cecilia Sanchez Garcia. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm the assistant director for the Latinx Resource Center. The Latinx Resource Center comes from a history of student activism and allyship from staff and faculty at SDSU to create a center that provides a welcoming community for Latinx identifying students, where students can be grounded in the resiliency, a space where students can feel seen, welcome, and validated, in a space that really fosters pride in our culture and heritage. The Latinx Resource Center is one of the newest centers joining the identity centers at SDSU, and we're really excited to work as a collective. The picture that you actually see on this slide is from this February, which was our opening ceremony. So we're been busy preparing to welcome you this fall and are looking forward to meeting you and offering you several programs, services, and community to support your journey here at SDSU. The Latinx Resource Center seeks to cultivate a student-centered and welcoming environment for Latinx identifying students The LRC encourages students of Latinx background to embrace their culture and build community while connecting with other students, faculty, and staff. We really invite students to learn more about the issues that are faced within the Latinx community, particularly centering and grounding the voices of those most marginalized, including low-income, first-generation, LGBTQIA+ identifying students, students working multiple jobs, students with different abilities, transporter students, and any intersections across these lines with a commitment to social justice and leadership development. I welcome you to follow our Instagram, which is SDSU LRC. You can see it on the right part of the slide. And there you can see more of the updates and the upcoming events that we have. And just for you to start getting familiar with LRC. And we're really looking forward to meeting you and seeing you this.
Hey everyone, so after learning a little bit about our centers, if you have any questions or would like to outreach to us or learn a little bit more, perhaps follow us on social media, feel free to reach out to our centers. For the BRC or the Black Resource Center, we have Dr. Bonnie Reddick. For the CIR, we have Jessica Chang. For the Latinx Resource Center, we have Yesenia Sanchez Garcia. For the Native Resource Center, we have Christopher Medellin. For the Pride Center, we have Anguan Chiale. And for the Women's Resource Center, we have Elspeth Isla. Let us know if you have any questions, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.